Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we are going to be creating something called fast action button or floating action button. It's known by various different names. Excuse me. Gmail actually launched this where they show you a button on the bottom right corner that you can take fast action on, or floating action button, because it floats on the top of your UI. So anything you scroll, it goes underneath and your button always stays there. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's create a FAB or fast action or floating action button, however you want to call it. Okay, we're going to call it floating action button, by the way. Okay, let's go ahead and create that. So floating action button, and I want to introduce you to a bit of animation and in this, just to give you a flavor of like how animations actually work in SwiftUI. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a first of all, let's create a variable to we're gonna have this floating button that's gonna have menus associated to it, and so we want to actually show a variable, a state variable, that's going to manage the state for showing those menu items or not. Okay, so we're going to create a state var private var show menu. Okay, and then we're going to have some actions. So these are just going to be names for now. I'm just going to put icon names that we're going to use, or we're going to display in those buttons. Okay, all right, these three. And now let's go ahead and start with our floating button. So we're going to first create a Z stack. Okay, and in this Z stack, we are going to put something. So let's go ahead and put our, let's see, we have a, I think we had a list one time it has been created, and this was our list. So let's take a look at this list. How does it look like? So I'm going to go back to our floating button, and I'm just going to call list template here, dynamic list template. Okay, because I want to see what we get in this dynamic list, because I want to show this floating button on the top of this dynamic list. Okay, so let's resume and let it build so we can actually get our dynamic list showing. Okay, that's perfect, because we can actually scroll this list. Okay, so we're going to create our action button on the top of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a VStack first. Okay, with alignment as trailing. Okay, and this is for our button. Basically, it's going to be alignment trailing, and we are going to first put a spacer, so our button appears at the very bottom. So spacer is going to take the rest of the space, and our button is going to appear at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so that's first thing. Then we're going to create a H stack. Okay, and we're going to put a spacer here as well. So our button, so if we push our button down here, it's going to show up here, and then we're going to put a spacer here so we can actually show our button down at this level right here. And then we're going to have a V stack. Okay, and this V stack is going to have if show menu. If show menu is true, then we're going to show our menu, and within our menu we are going to show three buttons. So we're going to say for each, okay, actions identified by self ACN. Okay, and we're going to simply create buttons, and the action that they're going to that we're going to take on these is we're going to simply say self dot show menu dot toggle. Okay, so if show menu value is true, we're going to set it false. If it's false, we're going to set it to true. Okay, I mean, because this is show menu inside the, they're showing the item inside the, I mean, these buttons are only going to be visible when show menu is true. That means it's always going to be setting show menu to false. Okay. Then we're going to show an image, and image is going to be system name as a label for this button. And we're going to use AC value with frame width as 25, height as 25, and we're going to give it some padding as well. Awesome. Now we're going to add a background. Background is going to be color dot blue. Let's add a foreground color too of white, and clip shape of circle. There we go. Okay. So our error should disappear. Okay. This is and for each. All right. And here we're gonna put the animation. So animation is as simple as, if you want to do simple animation, you just say animation dot spring, and it's gonna create a spring animation. There you go, like that. Okay. And this is also the end of VStack here, and this is end of if. Okay. Now, right underneath our if statement, basically, we are going to create our button that user is going to take an action on to launch this menu. Okay. And here in this button, we are simply going to do the same thing. Show menu as dot toggle. Okay. And going to show an image. System name. X mark. So it's just going to show that X mark. Resizable dot frame. And we're going to frame it with width as 25, height as 25, and some padding. Okay. And as you can see, our menu has started showing up here. We're going to give it a little bit of style. So we're going to say background. It's going to be color dot blue. Foreground is going to be white. Clip shape is going to be circle. Rotation effect. So as you can see, it's a cross right now, so we can actually rotate it to make it look like a plus. So we're going to say degrees. It's self.show menu. And if it is like, if it's true, then 0, otherwise 135 degrees. So that makes it look like basically a plus. Okay. And that is going to be, this is our end of VStack, I think. Yeah. And VStack. Okay. And add some padding here. And HStack here. Okay. And here, on the top level, we're going to provide an animation, spring animation. And there we have it. Our floating action button is ready to use. And let's take a look. So I'm going to run this, and as you can see, this is still interactive. And if I tap on this, look at that. Right? So that is what we have. So if you select anything, there view goes back, and look at the nice smooth animation. And like these other views appearing and disappearing. Okay, So this was the video that I wanted to show you, basically how you can create a floating action button on your screen, basically for you to use anywhere, wherever you want to use it. And you can actually even take it out and make it a component. So in next few videos, I'm going to show you a few components so you can see how you can create various different components out of the knowledge that you have already gained in previous videos. And once we are done with those, we're going to resume exploring some more components within SwiftUI. Okay, so hope you guys like this video, and thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in next video. Thank you.